optimum hearing. Just like we can plug in a mouse and play games online, similarly, we can connect speakers and listen to music, attach gaming devices to play video games, and do much more. You can even plug in your headphones and listen to your favorite music on your computer. This IT literacy program has audio voiceover to help you learn easily. You are now listening to it with the headphones set, which has already been plugged in for you to use. Will it not be much more fun if you could plug in headphones on your own? Headphones are a pair of small loudspeakers that are designed to be held in place close to the user's ears. They are also known as ear speakers or earphones. The alternate in-ear versions are known as earbuds or earphones. Headphones are used with computer to hear audio files. Audio can be of any type. For example, music, course content, or even voice chatting. Headphones are helpful for focusing on the computer audio without getting disturbed or distracted by the surrounding noise. They also enable you to listen to audio without disturbing others. To plug in headphones to your computer, you need to understand the desktop and the front view of the CPU. The basic parts of a desktop computer are the computer case or CPU, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and power cord. Take a look at the CPU. You will notice a CD or DVD drive, some USB ports, a power button, audio in and audio out sockets. CD or DVD drive. You can insert CDs or DVDs for courses, watch movies, or listen to music. You can also store data from your computer to a CD or DVD. USB ports. Most desktop computers have several USB ports. These can be used to connect almost any type of device, including a mouse, keyboard, printer, digital camera, and so on. These are located on the front side and occasionally at the back of a computer. Power button. The power button is used to power the computer on and off. Audio in or out. You can connect your headset to the audio out socket and listen to music. Microphones can be connected to the audio in socket to record audio. These can be done with ease without struggling with the wires at the back of the computer. Let us learn how to plug in a headset to your computer. Watch this interesting video which explains the procedure step by step. To plug in the headset, follow this procedure. To ensure a secure cable connection, plug the headphone jack into the headphone port or the speaker port and push the jack completely in the socket. Click the speaker icon near the lower right corner in the desktop mode. The volume control window is displayed. Hold and drag the volume slider up to increase the volume. You can also drag the slider down to decrease the volume. Remember, you must click mute speaker to turn the volume on or off. Click mixer to view the application volume controls for the speakers. You can change the volume for the connected devices like headphone or speakers and that of the application or system sounds as per your requirement. Some headphones may have an on-off button on the headset. Please ensure that the button is turned on. In case your computer does not have a headphone port, you can remove the speaker cable from the speaker port located at the back of the computer and attach the headphones to this port. As easy as that. You have reached the end of the assignment. You have learned about headphones, plugging in headphones to your computer, and configuring the audio on your computer for optimum hearing. At the end of this assignment, You will be able to describe an operating system. Explain the functions of an operating system. Hello friends. Let's begin our learning with understanding the concepts of operating systems. You might already know that there isn't any single part called a computer. A computer is really a system of many parts working together. The physical parts, which you can see and touch, are collectively called hardware. These different parts perform one or more functions, including input, output, processing, or storage. But do you really know how these parts interact with each other and perform specific tasks for you? How do they understand the language of humans? This is where an operating system, also known as OS, comes in. Without an operating system, a computer is just a box with different components inside. In short, we can see that without an operating system, a computer is useless. Don't you want to know more? Unlike hardware, you cannot touch or feel an operating system. You will be amazed to know that it is the first thing which gets loaded when you turn on the computer. The earliest electronic digital systems had no operating systems. Computers of this period were very primitive compared to those of today. Programs were often entered into the computer one bit at a time on rows of mechanical switches. With the advancement of commercial computers, a lot of operating system software came into existence. Microsoft was the first to introduce the concept of an operating system named Windows. Microsoft Windows governed the world market of personal computers for a long period. Let us understand what an operating system is all about. An operating system is a program which makes a computer usable for human beings. Without it, you would have to perform thousands of low-level operations to achieve simple things. An operating system enables you to perform a lot of tasks easily. The purpose of an operating system is to organize and control hardware and software so that the device behaves in an efficient way. Operating systems can also be considered to be managers of the computer's resources. An operating system determines which computer resource will be utilized for solving which problem and the order in which they will be used. Operating systems are now found in many devices that we use every day, from cell phones to wireless access points. It appears quite simple to work on a modern computer, but remember, there are many complex processes which an operating system performs inside the machine to execute various tasks. The real man behind the curtain handling the necessary tasks is the operating system. The operating system is like the director of a movie. He is not seen in the movie, but he takes care of all the dimensions of the movie, right from scripting, planning locations, shot selection, acting styles, music, to anything else that affects the feel of the movie. Likewise, an OS performs a lot of internal functions in the computer hardware, but we do not see it. Isn't that really interesting to know? Users can interact directly with the operating system through a graphical user interface or GUI. Most GUIs provide place called the desktop. Examples of operating systems are Windows, Novell NetWare, Mac OS, Unix, and Linux. The functions of an operating system can be classified into these categories: communicator between user and computer, process management, peripheral management, and memory management. One of the major functions of the operating system is to establish standard means of communication between the user and the computer. The computer hardware does not understand the language that humans use to communicate with each other. In that case, you must be wondering, how do we get the correct result from a computer? Well, it is the operating system which converts a user's input to a language that is understood by the hardware. It converts the computer's output to a language which is understood by the user. You must have seen translators who convert one language to another. Likewise, an operating system is also a translator. Doesn't that sound amazing? One of the major functions of an operating system is process management. The operating system allows multiple applications to run simultaneously. It keeps track of the number of processes that need to be performed and manages the execution of each and every process. The process management activity is similar to the duties of a traffic controller standing at a traffic signal. The job of the traffic controller is to ensure that all the traffic moves smoothly without any traffic jam or accident. Likewise, the process management activity involves ensuring that all the processes are executed smoothly without any collision or deadlock. The operating system manages the working of different input-output devices attached to the computer. Devices like printers and scanners work under the control of the operating system. An operating system is like a project manager of an organization who delegates different tasks to its subordinates so that they perform them efficiently. Just like a project manager, the OS takes control of all the devices so that they work effectively and efficiently. The role of an operating system is truly amazing. Memory management is one of the most critical jobs of the operating system. The operating system decides which file will be stored at which location in the memory. Both primary RAM and secondary ROM memories work under the control of the operating system. To understand this better, you could say that the RAM is like a showroom, ROM is like a warehouse, and the CPU is like a shop owner. Whenever a user demands any program from the CPU, it checks in the RAM first, that is the showroom. If it is not available there, it fetches it from the ROM, which is the warehouse. Didn't that make it quite easy to understand? From the functions discussed, you can understand the importance of the operating system in a computer system. No computer system can function without the operating system. The OS actually makes the hardware work as per the instructions provided by the user. In short, we can say that it is simply impossible to work on a computer without the operating system. You have reached the end of the assignment. You have learned what is an operating system and functions of an operating system. At the end of this assignment, you will be able to describe the features of Windows 10 and explain the benefits of using Windows 10. Windows 10 is the latest version of Microsoft's Windows operating system. With Windows 10, switching from the keyboard to a touch-based interface is easier than ever. Whether it's a smartphone, tab, or a desktop computer, the Windows 10 user experience is very smooth. One of the greatest things about Windows 10 is that it keeps getting better all the time. With automatic updates enabled, you get new Windows 10 features and security as soon as they are available at no extra cost. Windows 10 uses a brand new user interface based on the Microsoft Design Language 2. Though this interface offers greater support for tablet users, the Start button offers very useful functionality for users working on desktops. Some of the new features in Windows 10 include the digital personal assistant named Cortana, live application tiles, and the Windows Store for Windows-based apps. Thus, Windows 10 is a power-packed and modern operating system which includes all the advantages of previous versions of Windows and more. Cortana has an integrated search feature which makes it very easy to search for a resource or a subject on a local computer as well as the web. The Task View feature helps you switch between different virtual desktops. Windows 10 also offers better data protection through improved BitLocker encryption. If you need a modern and fast web browser, relax. Windows 10 brings you Microsoft Edge, a lightweight, an innovative browser which contains inbuilt tools for taking notes and reading web pages. Windows 10 allows you to open multiple instances of the same program simultaneously. To use this feature, simply hold the Shift key while left-clicking the first instance of the program in the taskbar. Though Windows 10 is a feature-rich operating system, its booting time is impressive. According to the studies, in spite of its rich features, Windows 10 takes nearly the same time to boot as earlier quick booting versions. Also, Windows 10 requires much less time to wake up from the sleep and hibernation modes as compared to other versions. The Windows Action Center helps you change default system notifications and customize security and maintenance related quick actions on your computer. The full drive encryption feature called BitLocker that was used in earlier versions of Windows has been updated in Windows 10. BitLocker Drive Encryption is a data protection feature that integrates with the operating system and addresses the threats of data theft or exposure from lost, stolen, or other inappropriate computers. The Windows Calculator app has a totally new look and feel in Windows 10 as compared to earlier versions. Buttons are flatter and the interface is touch friendly. What is interesting is that this app will work not just on desktops but on any Windows 10 based device. Windows 10 seeks to reflect the latest trends in user interface and computer displays. The Start menu is divided into two sections. One for a scroll down programs menu and the other for application tiles. You can resize any tile as per your preference. A new feature in Windows 10 is the Task View. This feature provides you quick access to related windows and apps by collecting them together under separate virtual desktops. Microsoft has consolidated the most common network-based sharing tasks into a single simple interface called Home Group. Computers in a home group can easily share documents, digital media files, and printers over a home network. The snipping tool captures a screenshot of anything on your desktop, like a picture or a section of a web page. You may snip a whole window, a rectangular section of the screen, or draw a freehand outline with your mouse or tablet pen. The parental control features in Windows 10 allow parents and guardians to restrict young children from using potentially harmful websites, apps, or games. To use these features, go to Settings, then Accounts, and then Family and Other People. You will need to sign in with a Microsoft account to apply these features on your computer. If you are facing any problem while using Windows 10, you can record it using a desktop app named Steps Recorder and then share it with a support team who can help you. Steps Recorder captures screenshots of the steps a user is taking so that support personnel can provide a solution remotely without physically having to handle the device. The ribbon is an user interface element consisting of a set of menu items placed within different groups. In Windows 10, the ribbon is a part of the actual operating system. Thus, you can see it not only in inbuilt Windows applications but also in third-party applications. Windows 10 includes a new pop-up menu-like utility for finding and connecting to different types of available network connections, including Wi-Fi, mobile broadband, dial-up, and VPN connections. This interface makes it really easy to select the network of your choice. You can use the Windows Media Player application for playing audio and video as well as viewing images. This media player supports a variety of media file formats. Some of its key features include enhanced DVD playback, PC to PC and internet based media streaming, and disk burning and ripping. Just as you use a personal locker for storing your important things, you may also need a digital locker for storing your important digital credentials. The Credential Manager utility in Windows 10 lets you save credentials like usernames and passwords so that you can more easily log on to the websites, networked computers, and other resources automatically. Windows 10 ships with a lightweight, fast, and modern web browser named Microsoft Edge. It has specialized annotation tools for highlighting text as well as a dedicated reading mode to read textual content on the browser. Though Microsoft Edge is the default web browser for the Windows platform, Windows 10 includes Internet Explorer 11 as an alternative browser. Cortana is your virtual assistant in Windows 10. To use Cortana, type in a query or subject of your choice in the search box beside Start, or else you can select the microphone and talk to Cortana. Using Cortana, you can search for any resource or topic on the web as well as the local computer. Cortana can also be used to organize your schedule by setting reminders. Isn't this wonderful? Remember, the more you use Cortana, the better she will be able to serve you. Just as you buy items of daily usage from the grocery store, you need the Windows Store to download, install, and use apps and games on Windows 10. While many apps and games on the store are free to use, others contain in app purchases or require you to pay for downloading and installing them. The best thing about apps and games on the store is that they are universal. This means that you can play smoothly them on any Windows 10 based device. You have reached the end of the assignment. You have learned features of Windows 10 and benefits of Windows 10.
ठीक है देखिए सिस्टम अच्छा डाल नहीं है अरे ऊपर मुझे यही है ऐसे ऑफ कीजिएगा देखिए इधर यहाँ से जो वहाँ से ऑफ कीजिएगा
Didi, hey Didi, what is it, Mary? Something has happened to the computer. It's not on as always. I think Sid came to know that we were using his computer. So he has locked it now. Oh, Miri, try booting the computer. Oh, I know what he's up to now. I know you would do something silly like this. When I said booting, I did not mean this booting. What you're doing is called kicking. Starting or restarting the computer is called booting. There are two ways to boot a computer, a cold boot and a warm boot. When we start a computer that has been turned off is called cold boot. We will do cold boot now. Why has it stopped now? Wait, I know what to do. If there is any type of problem during the process of loading Windows, then we should restart the computer by pressing the power button on the CPU, which is warm boot. Mary, I hope you have now understood the real meaning of booting.
we start a computer, we see a desktop on the monitor. The desktop consists of three main parts. First, the picture that you see on the monitor is the wallpaper. Second, the small images you see on the left are known as icons. We can launch different programs using these icons. The third important part is the taskbar shown below. On the left side of the taskbar, there is a start button, and on the right side, you can see time and date. You might notice an arrow moving on the screen, which is known as cursor. You can control this cursor with the mouse. Let's learn how to operate an email account on your smartphone. In the smartphones, we have various apps either in folders or displayed directly. You can see that in this phone there is a folder named Google that contains many applications of Google. Let's enable our Gmail account by tapping on Gmail icon. Now you will be prompted to login window. You can see here I have already logged in one of my account. So to enable a new account, we will tap on the photo icon. If smartphone is already logged in using multiple email IDs, it will display all the email IDs over here. Now we will select add another account. You can see setup email option. If you are logging in for the first time on your smartphone, you will be directly prompted to this setup page. We will select Google as we will log in into our Gmail account. We will now enter our email ID and then click next. We will be prompted to enter password. Let's type it. Since I haven't linked any mobile number to my email ID, it is giving me an option to add it. If you want to add it now, choose the option Yes, I am in and enter the mobile number you want to link with this email and continue. As of now, I do not want to add any mobile number, so we will simply select skip. Now the Google Terms and Services Agreement is getting displayed. Select I agree for adding your new account. Now you can see that new account has already been added and it's getting displayed here. We will choose our new email ID. This is inbox page and here all the receipt mails are stored. Click to see other options. Here all the mails of inbox can be seen under different categories like primary, social and promotions. Other options like star, snoozed, important, sent, scheduled mails, outbox, drafts, spam and pin are also here. All these options contain respective mails. Other options like calendar and contacts, which are a part of Google Apps, are also seen inside this. Now let's send an email to our friend. To do so, select the plus button on the right bottom. Now, the compose window opens. We will enter the subject line and the body of the mail and will enter the email ID of the recipient. You can see our mail is being sent. As soon as it is sent, it will show the status as sent. You can see that the email which we have just sent is stored here. Let's learn how to reset password. Go to the settings menu, select email ID. If it is the only email ID linked on this phone, this option will not appear. You can see there are various options available under settings. We will choose manage your Google account. Various options of managing our account are divided into tabs like home, personal information, data and personalization, security, people and sharing, payments and subscriptions. Since we have to change our password, we will select the security option and tap on password. To continue, it is asking us to enter our current password. We will enter it and hit next. It is now asking us to enter our new password. We will enter a new password. It is always advisable to keep a strong password like combination of alphabets, numericals, symbols, and it must be at least 8 characters long. We will now confirm our new password by re-entering it again. Then click change password button. You will get to see a message that your password has been changed. In this way, you can reset your password on your smartphone. Let's learn how to operate an email account on your smartphone. In the smartphones, we have various apps either in folders or displayed directly. You can see that in this phone there is a folder named Google that contains many applications of Google. Let's enable our Gmail account by tapping on Gmail icon. Now you will be prompted to login window. You can see here I have already logged in one of my account. So to enable a new account, we will tap on the photo icon. If smartphone is already logged in using multiple email IDs, it will display all the email IDs over here. Now we will select add another account. You can see setup email option. If you are logging in for the first time on your smartphone, you will be directly prompted to this setup page. We will select Google as we will log in into our Gmail account. We will now enter our email ID and then click next. We will be prompted to enter password. Let's type it. Since I haven't linked any mobile number to my email ID, it is giving me an option to add it. If you want to add it now, choose the option Yes, I am in and enter the mobile number you want to link with this email and continue. As of now, I do not want to add any mobile number, so we will simply select skip. Now the Google Terms and Services Agreement is getting displayed. Select I agree for adding your new account. Now you can see that new account has already been added and it's getting displayed here. We will choose our new email ID. This is inbox page and here all the receipt mails are stored. Click to see other options. Here all the mails of inbox can be seen under different categories like primary, social and promotions. Other options like star, snoozed, important, sent, scheduled mails, outbox, drafts, spam and pin are also here. All these options contain respective mails. Other options like calendar and contacts, which are a part of Google Apps, are also seen inside this. Now let's send an email to our friend. To do so, select the plus button on the right bottom. Now, the compose window opens. We will enter the subject line and the body of the mail and will enter the email ID of the recipient. You can see our mail is being sent. As soon as it is sent, it will show the status as sent. You can see that the email which we have just sent is stored here. Let's learn how to reset password. Go to the settings menu. Select email ID. If it is the only email ID linked on this phone, this option will not appear. You can see there are various options available under settings. We will choose manage your Google account. Various options of managing our account are divided into tabs like home, personal information, data and personalization, security, people and sharing, payments and subscriptions. Since we have to change our password, we will select the security option and tap on password. To continue, it is asking us to enter our current password. We will enter it and hit next. It is now asking us to enter our new password. We will enter a new password. It is always advisable to keep a strong password like combination of alphabets, numericals, symbols, and it must be at least 8 characters long. We will now confirm our new password by re-entering it again. Then click Change Password button. You will get to see a message that your password has been changed. In this way, you can reset your password on your smartphone.
Hi everyone. Today I would like to share a few quick working tips with Gmail. As you can see, there is a draft of email in front of me, and here I would like to nominate a certain person with some certain work. Now while most of us make use of WhatsApp even for business purposes, official purposes, isn't it easy to allocate the work to some certain member immediately? I guess nowadays it's one of the efficient ways of managing your big team. But same convenience now you can get even while you are writing a mail. For that, simply type an @ and start typing the initials of mail ID you want, and that's it. The list of mail IDs that you may want appears in front of you. You can simply select the mail ID that you want and move on with the kind of work you want to assign. Isn't it easy? While we send our email, isn't it always important for us to understand whether the mail has reached the correct email ID? And yes, that's the reason why most of us, especially the people who are used to work with MS Outlook, always use feature of read receipt. But remember, it's not exclusive only to that particular application. In fact, you can get the same facility even in Gmail. Let's see how. Click here on more options. Here, you can click on request read receipt. And now, once I have sent this mail to this particular mail ID, I'll get the read receipt once this mail is opened from this particular mail ID. Isn't it useful? Do try it next time when you send a mail through Gmail.
The keyboard is the main input device used by all computers. Much like typewriters, the keyboard has all the letters of the alphabet, numbers 0 to 9, and additional special operational keys. Keyboards convert letters, numbers, and special characters that people understand into electrical signals. These signals are sent to and processed by the system unit. If you plan to key in numeric data only, you can learn touch typing on the number pad without knowing touch typing on the standard keyboard. When entering numeric values, accuracy is always more important than speed. Take the practice sessions very slowly. Speed will come naturally later. The numeric pad comes on by default when your computer starts up. The key on the top left hand, the num lock, when pressed, turns off the numeric pad. When the pad is off, the keys perform the functions on the lower part. For example, number 6 key allows you to move the cursor to the right. The number 3 key serves the purpose of the page down key, and so on. When learning to use the numeric keypad for typing numbers, make sure the num lock is on. You should see a little light shining on the keyboard. Touch typing techniques involve the development of muscle memory. As you learn how to type correctly, the movements required by your fingers will become easier and more natural. Just like leg and arm muscles when playing a sport, your finger muscles need time to adjust to a new activity like typing. At first, don't worry about speed. That will come with time. Focus on accuracy, and as your fingers get used to the activity, speed will increase. In order to correct previous wrong typing habits and increase your efficiency, you will need to start being more aware of the letters you are typing and which fingers you are using to type those letters. In the beginning, the development of muscle memory. As you learn how to type correctly, the movements required by your fingers will become easier and more natural. Just like leg and arm muscles when playing a sport, your finger muscles need time to adjust to a new activity like typing. At first, don't worry about speed. That will come with time. Focus on accuracy, and as your fingers get used to the activity, speed will increase. In order to correct previous wrong typing habits and increase your efficiency, you will need to start being more aware of the letters you are typing and which fingers you are using to type those letters. In the beginning, your typing speed may even decrease because you will no longer be using your already developed muscle memories while you develop new ones. Muscle memory is a way of developing motor skills through repetition. For repeated actions,
You do not consciously think before performing an action. Your brain learns to naturally perform an action without even having to think about it. Most of you must be familiar with what the different fingers are called. For the information of those who don't, here is a picture. These are the thumbs. These are the index fingers. These are the middle fingers. These are the ring fingers. And finally, these are the little fingers, sometimes called pinkies. Here's a keyboard chart showing which finger is used to type which key. It may help to print it out and keep it beside your computer. This will serve as a quick reference when you are unsure of which finger to use. Certain movements will seem a bit difficult at first. Your little fingers and ring fingers will need a little practice before they begin to cooperate. It's important to continue to type each key with the proper finger so that your fingers can develop a muscle memory of where they need to move.